Hello, I'm Bood FM and welcome to my Football Manager channel. Now you've seen the title, I always say this, you've seen the title, you've seen the thumbnail, you pretty much hopefully know what this episode and experiment is all about. Now, a while ago, if you look on my list, you'll see I did an experiment where I gave all the home nations of Britain, the British Isles, a 200 youth rating. Just the 200 youth rating, more than Brazil's and Germany's. And we went into the future and we had a look at if they're going to get loads of regens. Now, online it does say it can help you with regens, but there's a lot of other factors, as in training facilities, staff, so on and so on. Talking to someone in the comments about it, and it inspired me to make this, or have a go at this experiment, which is basically taking a country like San Marino, not really a country, it's like a city, is it a principality or a little city nation? A population of 50,000, I think they rank 200th in the world. Take this little city and try and make them a top 10 international side. Now, I've changed a few things. Now, instead of doing, these are good videos, but instead of just chucking $1 billion, like what happens if we give Bulgaria £1 billion? Yeah, it's fun. Chucking money at it, that can be fun. I want to lay the groundwork, the foundation, without chucking billions at it, maybe just a few million, and jumping like, say, 10 or 15 years in the future, and see if we can properly build a nation up. It's a good idea for people. I know a lot of people in the community, I know a lot of people who play the game like to have fun with the editor, not in a cheating way, but they like to be different. Standard leagues are sometimes really boring, so I'm going to run you through what I've done with San Marino, so you can maybe copy that yourself, or even download this yourself if I make it available, if I remember, or just watch and have a bit of fun with it. So don't forget to hit the like button. Also, don't forget to check out my series on Manchester Central, Manchester's third club. There'll be links to all that down below. Let's get started. Here we are with the editor now. So again, some of you might have seen this, some of you might not. You can change anything you want in the game. It is a lot of fun to mess around with. We're going to click on nations, and I'm just going to show you San Marino as a standard. So type in San Marino. There we go. Now here's the details of San Marino. Reputation 2000. That's rubbish. Honestly, they are ranked 200th in the world. Again, attendance, look at this. I mean, they play in the San Marino Stadium, which is a 5,000 seater stadium. I mean, a lot of the players are like postmen, butchers, policemen. I mean, look, the maximum attendance they get is 5,000. That's the national team. We go on to information as well. Economic factors 12, which ain't great. Financial power, worse you can get. 25 years you've got to live there to get nationality. So I've given good financial power. What we're going to think of is that as a city nation, they've said, right, we ain't got billions, but we've got millions. We need to get something that the city can get behind. We need to get behind our football because we are the laughing stock, right? So they've put more money into it. So I upgraded economic factor. I've changed that to 1 year. So if we do bring any players in, they only have to play there 1 year, and then they can claim a passport and maybe play for the country. Completely useless. Game importance. That's not what you want. I've changed that to very important. Again, ranking points have improved. Foreign managers, I've upped that because I think it'd be good if they can get quality managers in. I've also given Carlo Ancelotti just to start them off. I've improved all the templates, and the youth rating is only on 29. I've put that to 200, and then I've gone into their league and had a little change with that as well. This is the National League, and every team in it is an amateur team, and the reputation's appalling. Now, what I've done, I haven't made it like the Premier League. All I've done is I've kept the teams in order of reputation to make it as little bit realistic as I can. The maximum team, I think I've given them 9 million, and it just works its way down, so they've got a couple of million down here. No club is in debt, but no club was in debt to start off with. Each team, so let's just pick the first team. They're amateurs. I've made them professional. We've got a better reputation of like a lower league Premier League team, going down to like a championship level at the bottom of the league. Finance wise, like I said, I've given them a few million because they've only got 50 grand. The key bit though, if you go to your stadium, is I've made each club own the stadium, apart from 3 clubs, this ground share. But I thought that's quite cool because as the experiment goes on, they might build their own stadium. Some of these other clubs might build new stadiums, and then again, I've not made them massive. I think I've made theirs about 15,000. I'll have to double check that later. Maybe 18,000. That's the biggest stadium. I didn't want to go silly. I don't want it to be let's chuck billions, give them 100,000 seater stadiums. I want it to be a bit more realistic, like they've just put a bit more effort in. But the key thing is the facilities. Every club in the league, because there's no relegation, there's only one division, every club has got 20 on all their facilities, all their youth rating. So hopefully, with a good youth rating for the country, and with all the clubs having fantastic facilities and a bit of a better reputation, they'll bring in better staff, because I've not changed any of the staff. But hopefully they'll bring in better staff. The regens will be good and they'll be able to become good. And hopefully San Marino can become a decent nation, because they're not, are they? No offence, they are not. So let's get into the game and let's see what happens. So here we are with San Marino in my edited database. On the original database they are 200, bang on 200 in the world. On this database they are 193rd in the world. Let's go right down to the bottom, which is pretty much the bottom. Look, I mean, there they are. They were originally around here, and look at the teams around them. It's the bottom end, isn't it? Gibraltar's and so on and so on. So this is going to be massive. I don't know if this is going to work, but it might do. I mean, I've given Carlo Ancelotti. He's Italian. He might not live far away from San Marino. He didn't have a job. I just thought he can get the ball rolling. Although when I did test it the first few years, the first time I did it, I've only ever gone about 3 years into the future. He quit after a year, but we'll see what happens. Now, facilities wise, I've kept the national stadium, but I've made it a bit better. It's a 50,000 seater stadium because the population, I thought it was 50,000. It's not. It's only 33,000. Great. But if you look at the national team, yeah, it's a bit poo. The best player's worth 91,000. Yeah, it's alright. You're not going to win a World Cup with him, though, are you? So this is going to be mad, man. I've never done anything like this. I don't know if it's going to work, because when I did my home nations, they had some good regens. Northern Ireland and Wales had better players than they would have had, but they didn't have a full squad. They weren't a top 10. They'd improved. I think they all doubled. I think they went from like 60th to 30th. But I didn't do all the facilities, so I'm really interested to see if it works. But let's go back. Let's have a look at the league. This is the top team in the league, but let's get to the league. Now, obviously, San Marino isn't a playable league. If you go on the Steam Workshop, I think there's a couple on there. I didn't use them. I've made my own because I wanted the league to become a bit more in line with the idea behind the database. So it's not like the Premier League, don't get me wrong, but it's a massive improvement on what they originally had. So, like TV money, they get a couple $100,000 if they win. If you win the league, you get 15 million. So it's not over 100 million like the Premier League. It's only 15. You get 8 million if you come to the bottom. I mean, some of these guys can get in the Champions League. They've got chances to get in the Europa League. So, I mean, the first few years it's going to be tough. But hopefully over the years they'll keep the money that can help them maintain the facilities and hopefully build some good young players. But this is the league. It's got 15 teams in it. For some reason it's 5th. I did improve its reputation to hopefully bring some players in. It's not in reality 5th because the player quality is appalling. This first year, wow, absolutely appalling. Who's the champions? Here's the current champions. Let's go on the squad. Yeah, this is their best player. Some Italian fella who's absolutely atrocious. I mean, he's non-league level, isn't he? This is not even non-league level. I mean, what I think I was going to do is I'm going to go 5 years and nothing really happened. And then I was going to go 10 years and I thought, do you know what? Let's go 15 years into the future. And hopefully then there'll have been the first few regens might have actually started to retire and become staff members. And let's have a real good look at it. But I don't know if it's going to work. It'd be cool if it does, because then I've never tried anything like this, and it'll be interesting to have fun with other countries where I can maybe put a long-term save, a bit of effort into a long-term save. But right now, this first year, it's going to be it's going to be rubbish. Anyway, I reckon we jump forward and have a look what happened. Here we are. It's the 1st of July 2037, and straight away the eyes have gone straight to that ranking, and they're 9th. They're in 9th. But if I look down here, is this their rankings? World rankings history. they've actually been fourth. They've been fourth a few times over the last 7 years, so it looks like since the 2030s, even the late 20s, they've been an half decent side, and they've fluctuated. I mean, they've gone all the way down to 17th, but that's giving me promise. And then straight away, look at their top players, and look who the top players are playing for. Real Madrid, Bayern, Chelsea, Bayern, Barcelona. So obviously none of them are playing in San Marino, but that is a definite improvement. They've got a regen manager now. He's originally from San Marino, he's not that good, but fair enough. Let's have a look at some players. Here's their squad for the national team, and look at that. That's decent, isn't it? Let's have a look at the top player, 31, worth 45.5 million. Enrico Balderini, top class, world class. I like it a lot, decent. Next on the list, Paolo Lofferini. Not a clue. 27 years old, plays for Monaco, decent player. We've got Enrico Tomasi, centre half, Man United player. I mean, it definitely works a lot better than just doing the youth rating. Having good facilities has obviously helped, but it looks like a lot of their best players have left for bigger leagues, but that's never happened before. That's never going to happen with San Marino naturally. Just the last player I want to look at, because I could look at them all really, is Federico Bucci. He's 32, but he's a Real Madrid striker. He's playing for Monaco. Like he's played for Inter. It looks like an absolute goal machine. Wow, bet you could have some right fun with this. I got onto the history. Not only was I hoping they could get in the top 10, I wanted them to win something, and they've won the UEFA Nations League. That's awesome. So they won it a couple of years ago in 2035. Spain are the current holders, and they won it in their own country. Is that what happens? You play in your own country? What's that all about? I mean, they came runners up in 2031. Massive improvement this for a city nation. Crazy. So this is their fixtures for this year. What we'll do is we'll just scroll back a bit and see what they've done in other competitions. So the European Championships, they got out of the group, they got to the semi-final, were knocked out by Italy. That's quite close. Year before was qualifiers, year before that World Cup. They got out of the group but got knocked out straight away by Portugal. Again, European Championships, only the second round, knocked out by France. World Cup again. They've got to a couple of semi-finals. They're close to winning one of the big ones. I know this Nation League's decent, don't get me wrong, because San Marino would never win that. But they've been close to a World Cup and European Championships. I bet if it went even further, just a matter of time. Right, let's have a look at the league. And if we just have a quick look at the past winners up in the top right. Let's have a look. Grab it. Looks like Tre Fiore. They're probably one of the big teams, aren't they? They've won it the most by the looks of it. But Tre Penn. They've come back into it. Fiorentino have won one as well. But let's have a look at the champions down here. They're rich, which is quite cool. Let's have a quick look at the squad just to see what kind of player they've got. And it's definitely an improvement, but still it's not. Maybe they get these good regens and they're off quite quick. Maybe they have a year or two in this league and then they're gone. So this league itself isn't full of superstars. They're the best player, yeah. But there's an obvious improvement because look at the national team, it's full of superstars, isn't it? But just unfortunately not all of them are in San Marino. So I'm imagining none of the teams have won a European competition. Let's have a quick look. I'd say no. Which is, a bit sad about that. But I think if you were doing this yourself, you could maybe make this league a bit better. If you brought players in and only sold to other teams within San Marino, you could probably do it a lot better yourself. But I think as a foundation, you improve them facilities, up the youth rating, you can have a lot of fun. I just think when you get a superstar, you might struggle keeping hold of them. Let's have a look at the stadiums. Because like I said, look at that. Like I said, the maximum stadium is only about 18,000, I think. But it looks like everyone's at least built their own stadium now. I don't think anyone's sharing at it anymore. Quite a few teams were sharing. And they've either built their own and they've built a bigger, and they've gone bigger. I mean, look at that. Folgore have got a huge stadium, 35,000 stadium, which is pretty cool, really. It is pretty cool, the Folgore Stadium. I don't know how many stadiums and fans are out to go around in San Marino, but do you know what? Could be a lot of fun, this. Well, that's the end of the experiment. I'll try and remember to make this available if you want to have a go yourself. It was just to look at if you just improve youth rating, but maybe I just don't want to chuck £1 billion at it. I think if you give every team £1 billion and all singing, all dancing, everything, I think eventually, of course, it's going to do well. I want to make it a bit more realistic, like it's had a few million pumped into it, and to see how far it'd go. San Marino was top 10. I mean, they've been 4th in the world, which is fantastic. World Cup semi-final, European Championship semi-final. They've won the UEFA Nations League. They've got a team full of superstars. Its own league's improved. It's just, it looks like if you get a superstar, you're really going to struggle hanging on to him. But yeah, I mean, I know a lot of people I've talked to prefer building up nations and having fun. One guy I was talking to was going to do something similar with Eastern Europe. It's just more fun, isn't it? Eventually I get bored of being in the Premier League, I don't want to be in La Liga. I don't want to be Real Madrid. I don't want to be Bayern Munich. I don't. But I want to feel like I'm part of something. So it's just a bit of fun with the editor. If you need any advice on anything, just ask me down below in the comments. If you did enjoy this, smash the like button. Again, if you're new to my channel, feel free to subscribe. Don't forget to check out my series with Manchester Central. And yeah, thanks for watching. I've been Bood, you've been class. I'll see you next time.